Pi network is far more than another digital currency. Beneath its surface lies a hidden strategy designed to address one of the greatest crises of our time, the global debt problem. At its core, Pi is not simply about speculation, trading, or chasing quick profits. In fact, its white paper and official statements directly discourage this mindset. Phrases such as, "If you are chasing quick cash, Pi is not for you," are not casual warnings. They reveal a deeper philosophy. Pi represents a conscious rejection of interest-based finance, the very system that has pushed governments and economies into unsustainable debt spirals. Instead of perpetuating a system built on borrowing, interest, and compounding obligations, Pi offers a new foundation where value is created through the verified participation of real human beings. To understand why this is so revolutionary, consider the structure of global debt today. Governments across the world, from the United States to Europe and Asia, rely on issuing bonds to fund their budgets. These bonds carry interest, and over time, that interest grows into a mountain of obligations that can never truly be paid off. Nations borrow more simply to cover previous debt, locking society into a cycle of dependency and erosion of sovereignty. Pi disrupts this pattern by introducing an interest-free model of value. If widely adopted, Pi could effectively neutralize the role of sovereign bonds as the cornerstone of global value consensus. Instead, Pi itself could rise as a universally recognized, interest-free medium, capable of resetting state finances without continuing the endless borrowing cycle. But this shift is not built on idealism alone. Pi's strategy is anchored in overwhelming utility and technological efficiency. Through Pi App Studio and PIOS, developers gain a platform to build scalable, useful applications. With the distributed CPU infrastructure of Pi nodes, the network becomes cheaper to run, more secure, and more resilient than centralized systems. Fiat integration via OnRamper ensures accessibility, while GDPR licensing and protocol-level KYC establish compliance with international regulations. This is not just another alternative currency floating in the digital ether. It is a system so efficient and compliant that governments and institutions will eventually be forced to adopt it, not because they want to, but because it becomes the most practical option. One of the most important signals of this institutional bridge is Pi's protocol-level KYC. By enabling verification through trusted third parties, the system is naturally positioned to align with governments, regulators, and even sovereign states. This means Pi is no longer confined to being a grassroots experiment. Instead, it evolves into a state-compatible identity-linked infrastructure, directly connecting human users with sovereign governance structures. In this way, Pi does not compete with governments, it complements them, offering a bridge to a new financial architecture. At its deepest level, Pi introduces something history has never seen before: human sovereign currency. Unlike Bitcoin, where issuance depends on computational power, or fiat money, where central banks monopolize issuance, Pi ties creation of value to verified human existence. Mining rewards flow to individuals who prove their identity, making each human a co-issuer of currency. This marks the beginning of a historic transition from centralized issuance to collective, human-centered participation. For the first time, money is not defined by capital dominance or government decree alone, but by the shared presence and contributions of real people. The hidden strategy of Pi therefore becomes clear. First, it offers a path toward neutralizing global debt by moving away from interest-based value creation. Second, it provides overwhelming utility that outperforms legacy financial infrastructure. Third, it strategically aligns with institutions through KYC and compliance. And finally, it establishes a new age of human sovereign issuance, where verified individuals become active participants in the monetary system. This is why Pi is not just digital money. It is a strategic instrument of systemic transformation. If it succeeds, it could usher in the end of debt slavery and the dawn of a sustainable, human-centered financial order. Every major economic reset in history, from gold to fiat to crypto, has reshaped civilization. Pi represents the next epoch, where money is rooted not in debt instruments, but in human verification and collective value creation. Governments may resist at first, but the efficiency, compliance, and